What's going on, horror fam? I'm Travis Brown, and welcome back to The Final Cut, your daily pulse in horror. As always, you can follow me across socials at HMUNCUT. It's Friday, and as we wrap up the week, we've got a star-studded psychological thriller, a dark fairy tale remix, and the return of a fan-favorite horror pair-up. Let's dive in. First up, Sydney Sweeney is taking a darker turn. The Euphoria and White Lotus star is set to headline and produce I Pretended to Be a Missing Girl, a thriller based on the viral Reddit short story by Joe Cott. The story follows a drifter who impersonates a missing girl to scam her family, only to discover she's making a grave mistake. Oscar winner Eric Roth, yes, the man behind Dune and Forrest Gump, is adapting the screenplay. Production is being backed by Roy Lee's Vertigo Entertainment, alongside Steven Schneider and Underground's Trevor Engelson. What do you think? Is Sydney the perfect pick for morally murky lead? Let us know what you think in the comments. Next up, The Edge of Normal sharpens its cast. Following last week's announcement that Chloë Grace Moretz would star in Piggy-directed Carolina Pereira's new thriller, we now know that Rupert Friend is joining the project. He'll play a psychiatrist who ropes Reeve LeClaire, which is Moretz's character, into mentoring a survivor of captivity, triggering a psychological cat and mouse game that could cost her everything. Friends had a busy year with Companion, Dreams, and the upcoming Jurassic World Rebirth. Tell us what you think. Does this reunion of trauma survivors feel like it's building towards a sleeper hit? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And finally, move over Disney. Here comes The Blood-Soaked Mirror. The Death of Snow White is the latest childhood fairy tale to get the horror treatment. This R-rated reimagining sees Snow White on the run from her evil stepmother, only to end up with 7 murderous dwarves. The film stars Sanaa Lousis and Chelsea Edmondson and is being released via Entertainment Squad's Horror Collective. Big shout out to Shaked and the crew after a limited theatrical run on April 18th. This one's for grown-up fairy tale fans only. Bloody, brutal, and entirely not suitable for kids. So, will you be watching this twisted take on a Disney icon? Ride that wave. Let us know what you think in the comments. Today's take. There's a real trend happening right now. Genre bending is at an all-time high. From turning Snow White into a slasher victim to adapting Reddit horror for prestige thrillers and casting legacy drama stars in psychological spirals, horror is folding itself into everything. And that's the sweet spot for us. It's just no longer about blood and guts. It's brainy, bold, and genre fluid. Let's keep pushing for smart, scary storytelling that defies expectations. If you're listening to us on Spotify, make sure you answer today's poll. That's it for today's episode of The Final Cut, your daily pulse in horror. I'm Travis, as always, at HMUNCUT. We'll be back Monday with more fresh news from the world of horror and beyond. As again, another heads up, our Patreon launches next month. We'll be talking about newsletters, exclusive contests, behind the scenes clips, Discord watch parties, and more for all your horror fun. Stay tuned to the website. Look for updates as we start covering Panic Fest, because that's when we'll start talking about that lovely Patreon. Until then, enjoy your weekend. And as always, you know the drill. Keep the lights on.